and welcome to Tea Time. I'm Ginger Nelson here with my co-host Nettie Hatcher. And today we have Becky Richardson and Tyler Clemons on the set with us, and they are both with Moultrie Technical College. Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Now, Becky, can you tell us a little bit about what you do at the college?
My title actually is Dean for Academic Affairs, and I work with our instructors, help them develop curriculum, help make sure they have supplies, help really anything that they need, and then I work with the students also. If the students have any problems, they come in and talk with me, or if there's any concerns they have, they come in and talk with me. So I work basically with anything for instructors and pretty much anything for students.
Now, Becky, how long have you been at the college?
I've actually been at the Tifton campus for about 11 years.
Wow. And how long has it been in Tifton?
It's been here since 1998.
Oh, my goodness.
We've added on since then, but the original building's been here since 1998.
Now, Tyler, can you tell us what you do at Moultrie Tech?
Yes, I'm the instructor for fish and wildlife management. I advise the students, help job placement, and of course teach the classes.
You know, I didn't know that there was fish and wildlife management at Moultrie Tech.
Yeah, the program's still fairly young. We started in 2009, and it's going well.
Have you been there since 2009?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
One of the things I asked before the show about this program, and that we'll go ahead and answer right up front, is this program just for men or is it for men and women?
No, it's definitely for men and women. I always have a few girls in the program, and there's jobs out there. I wish I could get more females into the program and get interested in wildlife.
Now, exactly what can do they get a degree? Do they get a diploma? What is this?
It's a technical diploma. Our students are basically geared towards the plantations, but any entry-level position with state government agencies or federal governments, state parks, federal lands, that sort of thing.
So if someone was interested in taking these courses, what could they expect? What kind of classes? What do you have to offer?
The classes are they're extremely varied just because the wildlife profession is so varied. You really don't know what you're going to be doing from day to day. I teach 12 different courses, and then you have your skills courses, your math and English. But my courses includes things like habitat manipulation. They'll learn about prescribed burning, planting food plots, population management techniques, as far as you have to know how many critters you have out there in order to actually know what you want to do. Do you want to increase the population, decrease the population, or keep it stable? Courses like dendrology, they'll learn about tree ID, difference between hardwoods and softwoods, all the different oak species, pine species, and each one, you know, not every critter needs that specific tree, but you know, you have to know what they're consuming to properly manage it.
And talk about pond management. They always enjoy that.
They do enjoy pond management. I take them on a few field trips there, and that's the thing they enjoy. They get tired of talking to me, so we'll go out to Lake Blackshear and we'll do a population study with the DNR. We'll shock fish, and that helps the DNR get a good idea of what the population is doing as far as.
So you do what to the fish?
Shock fish. We'll bring them up to the surface with electricity, for lack of a better word, but yeah, and the fish aren't harmed, but that just gives you a chance to get them up onto the deck and weigh them, measure them, and then put them back.
I'm sure that's fun.
It is fun, yes. They really enjoy that trip. That's a good trip for them.
And they actually get to see what different, fish are in that.
Mm-hmm.
That
so
lake
you shock them,
or
and
pond.
when you shock them, they just like rise to the surface?
Yeah, they float to the surface. Depending on the species, some, they'll literally just float up. Other ones, they're just kind of stunned. They're still moving, but, they're slow enough that you can scoop them up with a dip net.
Now, I've heard there are some big fish in Lake Blackshear.
We've not caught really big fish yet. We're trying.
And alligators.
Yeah.
Have you seen a gator?
We go to Reed Bingham State Park, and they got a bunch of alligators out there. I teach my dendrology class out there a lot. They got some good hiking trails. And it's nice.
Dendrology?
Dendrology, yep.
Now, what is that?
The study and identification of trees.
Oh.
So they'll learn about 85 species during that semester. And have to learn Latin names and all that stuff. They don't enjoy that, but it's good for them.
Sounds like a very interesting course. Now, is it a certificate program or a diploma program?
It's a technical diploma.
Okay. And how long does it take to go through the course?
It takes 4 semesters, which is a little more than a year.
And it's taught right here in Tifton. Tell us about the land that the classes actually take place on.
Before the program was started, a nice gentleman by the name of Clarence Smith, he donated to the school approximately 110 acres. And that's where our lab is. That's where all the equipment's at. And it really helps me teach the program because we do have so much hands-on stuff that we do. In order to have that land, it just helps me out as far as labs and things like that. We can go out and we can look at trees. We can plant food plots, do prescribed burning, and it's all right there. And I think that's something very unique to our program that maybe other programs throughout the state don't have.
Now, where is that property located at?
It is off of Zion Hope Road. If you go, it's northwest side of Tifton.
Okay.
So the good thing with this program is a lot of it is hands-on.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
So if you like to play in the woods.
yeah. If you enjoy getting dirty and playing in the woods, which my wife does not like that about me, but yes, we do have a lot of lab sessions. There is classroom stuff as well. We have to get past that classroom stuff before we can get it out into the field, but the students really like the hands-on. The prescribed burning, planting food plots again, that sort of thing, and going out and cruising timber,
Trapping,
doing
What's
population
trapping?
studies. Most plantations trap for nest predators, anything that will consume a quail egg or a quail chick, and so I'll teach trapping during my wildlife techniques class.
We're talking today with Moultrie Technical College about their fish and wildlife management program. We'll be back in just a moment with more on Tea Time.
I was born with a fascination of what makes things work. It's more than just flipping switches. It's about making the proper connections. It's also about manipulating things to get a more positive result. I think I was born to be a fixer too. Maybe I was born to be a little of both, to put 2 and 2 together and get everything in balance. Either way, Moultrie Technical College tells me I was born to be great.
Everywhere you turn, Moultrie Technical College.
Ranchero's Fresh Grill is now open in Tifton at 133 South Virginia Avenue across from Tractor Supply. Ranchero's has the finest and freshest tacos, burritos, salads, quesadillas, nachos, and chips and salsa anywhere. Want dessert? Ranchero's has that as well with the s'mores quesadilla for only $2.99. Don't forget about the kids. Ranchero's has kids meals starting at only $3.99. Find them on Facebook for coupons and specials. Call them at 396-5555, 133 South Virginia Avenue in Tifton.
Do you have a need for speed? TIFFnet has new, faster internet, so you can upload and download in a flash. TIFFnet's internet is so fast, you might get an online speeding ticket. From your home, TIFFnet now has speeds up to 36 megabits. For business customers, TIFFnet now offers speeds up to 50 megabits. TIFFnet has also upgraded their existing speeds at no extra charge. TIFFnet, high-performance internet. Call today, 229-382-3003.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back to Tea Time. We've been talking to Tyler and Becky, and they are both with Moultrie Technical College right here on the Tifton campus, right?
That's right.
And we have been talking fish and wildlife management. Now, Tyler, can you tell us if someone is interested in going into this program, what kind of courses do you offer?
Well, we offer 12 different courses. Fish pond management is one of them. They'll learn about fish ID, pond construction, population management. So they'll look at doing different population surveys, mark recapture surveys where you're going to go out and catch those fish and put a tag or something like that, and then you're going to come back a few days later and catch them again, and that way you can get a ratio of how many fish that you recaught that next time, and that'll give you an idea of the total population. We talk about herbicides for pond weed control. We'll talk about stocking rates and all that. So that's fish pond management. When we get into wildlife techniques, we'll talk about trapping, of course, for the nest predators, and then we'll talk about aging and sexing different species, determining age of deer by teeth replacement, learn how to age and sex deer on the hoof. Most of our plantations down south are quail plantations, so we'll learn a lot about quail as far as their different aging techniques. What's some more of the courses you had questions
now
on?
do you go to some of the plantations?
Yes. In my Introductory to Wildlife class, that's the first class most of my students take during the beginning semester. And during that class, I try to expose them to the various jobs they might be going to. So I'll carry them to a private plantation, to a public plantation, to a state park, and to a WMA. That way they see all the different fields, and they can kind of see, well, I kind of like this field better, or I like this field better. So they'll go and kind of get more of a direction as far as where they want to be. Or if they decide, this is not something they really want to do, then they've not spent a whole year with me and now realize that.
Yeah.
One of the other courses that I saw that I had no idea what it was mammalogy.
Yes,
what is
mammalogy. It's the study and identification of mammals. So we'll go back through the history when mammals first evolved and came onto the earth. They'll learn life history traits of mostly North American mammals. We'll talk about some of the megafauna, the larger mammals in other countries, but we mainly deal with our mammals here. And they have to do a project where they collect tracks and skulls and that kind of thing, and that helps expose them, gets them outside looking around and actually trying to find sign of mammals.
And if you go out to our demonstration lab on the land, you actually walk in and there's all kind of bones and skulls that they've collected. So
Oh, really?
it's neat to see.
Collected around here, or?
Yes, collecting around here. That's one of their big projects. They have to go out and collect skulls and tracks, and that helps me teach. That helps me build my collection that I can teach with, because they do have to learn how to ID skulls, and you have to look at various characteristics on each species to be able to tell what it is.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Now, one of the things that we've talked with Moultrie Technical College about before is their job placement rate, and they're always so good about helping with job placement. What is the job placement rate like with this course?
With my course, I've been very pleased with our job placement rate. I've got students in several different plantations. Probably one of my best memories as a student getting a job. He was a older gentleman than my usual students, but he was wanting to move out west and become a guide, and he got a job. He's working in Missouri right now for a outfitter out there, and he's guiding deer hunts. And I talk to him, about once a month, and he really enjoys it. But as far as local plantations, I've got students placed in Albany, Turner County, Colquitt. So we've been having very good luck on job placements, and I'm very excited.
Are there a lot of plantations in our area?
There's an extremely a lot of plantations in our area, and you don't hear about many of them because a lot of them are private and they don't really publicize they're there. Now, the more public sectors, you're going to hear about those because they're trying to bring people in to come pay to hunt. But yes, there's a tremendous amount of plantations in our area.
So if someone is interested in going through this program, the type of job that they would be placed at would be mostly around here, plantations, right?
Yes, most of my students are looking to stay in Georgia. And, it's going to be a plantation technician job. So, they're starting out. That's the entry-level position. They're going to be on the tractor, driving the tractor, planting the food plots, maintaining roads, doing prescribed burning, guiding hunters,
And what's really neat is a lot of these guys that have received jobs, they'll actually live on the plantation in a house on the plantation at no cost. So that makes a nice benefit as they begin working too.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Especially when you're trying to save money.
Right.
I'm sure it helps to be right there if you're managing a plantation as well.
Yeah, the hours, it's not really an 8 to 5 job. I mean, during the hunting season, you're going to be working, 10, 12-hour days, so it definitely helps to be right there on the plantation.
And some people don't like the 9 to 5 in an office kind of job, so if you're an outdoors person, this would probably be perfect for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned the older gentleman that took the course. I was just curious. So this course is not just for your average age college student.
Oh, most definitely not. And I'll say that most of my students are 19 to 23, but I get some students that are older, and one of the main jobs they try to look for is the quail guides, people guiding quail hunts. And, sometimes it takes a older, more mature person to do that because you are having to deal with clients every day, and every client's not going to be a good client. So, you have to be able to kind of maintain a good, calm, positive attitude while you're out there, because those are the clients and those are the people paying to come hunt. So,
well, let me ask you this. If someone who's maybe already gone through college and older and has able to buy a whole bunch of land and wants to conserve it, could they actually take those courses as well?
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. They would learn a lot from it. Now, as far as managing wild quail, it's very expensive. Quail, they need a lot of different things in their habitat, so it can get costly. But it would be good for any land owner to come take. And the main thing that I see is the prescribed burning part of it. It seems like it'd be easy just to go throw fire out there, but there's really a lot that goes into it. If you actually have a goal in mind, you don't want to kill those trees, but you do want to reduce the hazardous fuel levels. It helps to take a course so that you can learn all the different firing techniques and proper conditions to burn in.
Yeah, because the fire can get away from you real quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment with more from Moultrie Technical College on Tea Time.
Just two big old boys, full of biscuits and charm. Beats all you ever saw, been making us laugh, ain't doing no harm. Making us laugh, the only way they know how. That's just a little more fun than the law should allow.
For over 42 years, Moon's Pharmacy has been committed to providing professional, friendly service, where our pharmacists welcome your questions, offer you overall lower drug costs, and free citywide delivery. While we still believe in good old-fashioned customer service, we also know the importance of staying on the leading edge of pharmacy innovations, such as travel and flu vaccines, custom compounding, and specialty packaging for homebound patients. Choose Moon's Pharmacy. Together, we can make a difference in your health.
I was born with a fascination of what makes things work. It's more than just flipping switches. It's about making the proper connections. It's also about manipulating things to get a more positive result. I think I was born to be a fixer, too. Maybe I was born to be a little of both, to put two and two together and get everything in balance. Either way, Moultrie Technical College tells me I was born to be great.
Everywhere you turn, Moultrie Technical College.
Come check out Stevie B's at 131 South Virginia Avenue next to Tractor Supply, Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Check out their all-new lunch buffet, which includes your drink, Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. No time to sit down for lunch? Go try their new carry-out buffet for only $7.49. They've also got pasta, breadsticks, a salad bar, 10 pizzas, 4 desserts, sweet and unsweet tea, and all the Pepsi products. They can always create your own pizza. The $5.99 lunch buffet starts Monday and runs Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Like us on Facebook for special deals. Stevie B's, 131 South Virginia Avenue in Tifton.
Do you
have a need for speed? TIFNet has new, faster internet, so you can upload and download in a flash. TIFNet's internet is so fast, you might get an online speeding ticket. From your home, TIFNet now has speeds up to 36 megabits. For business customers, TIFNet now offers speeds up to 50 megabits. TIFNet has also upgraded their existing speeds at no extra charge. TIFNet, high-performance internet. Call today, 229-382-3003.
Hi, my name's CJ. A few years ago, my father became seriously ill. I did what I could do before he passed, but it took its toll. I lost my job, my house. I'm getting back on my feet, but I don't know when there'll be food on the table. How'd I do, CJ?
We could be twins.
Well, cousins, maybe.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back to Tea Time. We've been talking to Tyler and Becky with Moultrie Technical College. We've been talking fish and wildlife management. Now, Tyler, if someone who is watching this may be interested in signing up for these courses, is there a particular time they have to sign up? Does it have to start in fall semester, or they can sign up anytime?
They can sign up anytime before each new semester begins, so spring, fall, or summer.
Now, I know that I read on the website that age limit 16, you can start at 16?
Yes, you can start at 16. We do offer a dual enrollment program, so they can actually start while they're still in high school taking classes.
That is such a great program.
Mm-hmm.
And I know several of the Moultrie Technical College courses are available through dual enrollment for
They
Tift
are.
County. Mm-hmm.
We have several, not only at Tift County High School, but we have some programs at Tift Area Academy also that offer high school classes.
I'm sure that there's some great advantages to going ahead and taking advantage of the dual enrollment.
Do you have several kids who do that?
We do, and then once they finish high school, they'll have a certificate, but that certificate can play on into a diploma.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they actually come to technical college, they only have a couple of courses, very few courses, and they can have a diploma. So it's a nice start for their life.
Wow.
Just gives you a great little head start. Now, speaking of that, registration is coming up real soon. Why don't you tell us a little bit about registration and when it is?
New student registration is April the 8th, which will be here before we know it. And we suggest that if you're interested in coming for our summer semester, which starts May 20th, that you come in, apply. You can apply on our website, which is www.moultrietech.edu. And go ahead and get your paperwork started. Go ahead and do your application. Go ahead and take care of your financial aid. After April the 8th, there will be a late registration fee of $45. And so it's just a great time if you're interested in summer semester. Go ahead while you don't have the late registration fee.
And get these kids that are in high school who plan on going to college this summer, go ahead and start working on it.
Right. Most of the high schools now end around May 20th, May 21st, somewhere around there. So it really coordinates well with our high school students. They can come on in for summer semester, and then they're registered for fall semester and just begin a little bit early.
Yeah.
Now, if someone wants to register for the summer semester, what are some things that they need to have in advance?
It's a great idea to come in and go ahead and fill out financial aid papers. Sometimes that process takes just a little while. Go ahead and come in and fill out your application. pay your application fee. Some programs, depending on what you go through, may have other steps that you need to take before you get started. So it would be great if you're interested before April the 8th. Go ahead and take care of all the background and paperwork, and then you would be ready to start come May 20th for our summer semester.
Now, is the summer semester, is it as long as the semesters throughout the year, or is it a little bit shorter?
Our summer semester is shorter. It's 10 weeks, whereas our fall and spring semester are 15 weeks. So it is shorter.
Yeah, go ahead and get started.
Right.
Only go 10 weeks.
That's right.
It's hard to believe it's almost time to register for summer semester. This year is going to fly by.
It is.
Well, we always love to have the people from Moultrie Technical College on to tell us about the new things that are going on there at Moultrie Technical College and also at the Tifton campus. So thank you all for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
And if someone has more questions that they'd like to ask about the Fish and Wildlife Management Program, is there a number that they can call to get more information?
Yes, they can call me at 229-850-0943, or they can call the school at 229-391-2600.
Thank you for watching Tea Time today, and we'll see you next time right here on Plant TIFNet's Wiregrass Channel 3.